Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Damon. Damon is from England in UK. Let's see what Damon has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Damon.
Hello mate, alright?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Very good. I enjoyed your day so far.
It's been alright mate, yeah. It's been pretty good. I'm quite... Go on, sorry mate.
Good. No, I just came back for a run as well. Went for a run in the park. Just feel fresh and not very cold today, so it's good.
Nice. Where are you based?
So I live in London.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
How about you? Where?
Up in Salford, near Manchester.
Okay, good.
So
okay then. So, yeah, what you say?
Not too far, not too far.
Oh, yes, not too far, that's for sure. And what do you do for a living?
So I work with children in care, and I'm also a therapist as well. I work with sports performance and mental health.
Amazing. So tell me, what do you like the most about your career as a therapist?
To be honest, my passion in life is helping others. I've kind of started my journey around about 5 years ago when I left travelling. And it's a bit of a cliche thing, isn't it? Where people go travelling, they find themselves and all that kind of stuff. I kind of found, life changed for me when I started working with children in care. And then that's when I started to look into the therapy side of things, just for myself, for personal reasons, to be honest with you. And then as I started to find out how effective these techniques and processes were, I just wanted to give back. So it's something that I'm really passionate about. I come from a semi-professional background as well, and that's something I wanted to dive into and helping other players, because what I went through when I left the sport and didn't really want to play ever again, to be honest, at one point.
That would be my second question, because I was looking at your profile and I saw you a lot of pictures of you playing as a rugby player. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how long you were playing for.
So I played from the age of 8 and I finished, I think, when I was 23. So I gave it up, retired as we say. When I was 23, I suffered another pretty bad injury on my shoulder, which was like a third serious injury. Third operation, and I said enough was enough. I mean, the third time I injured it, I was in the cup final. And I'd had the opportunity to go and play, have a bit of a trial in France, and then I did my shoulder like 10 minutes before the end, and then
no way.
Yeah, and then I said, do you know what? Enough is enough, and I'd wanted to go travelling for maybe 2 years, never really gone, and then I said, right, okay, I can either take it as a really bad thing, or I can look at it and go, right, okay, one door closes, let's open another, and I went travelling literally 8 months later.
Absolutely. I think everything counts in life, isn't it? Whatever happened to us, you need to look at the positive side of it and carry on.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly.
I totally believe that everything. I even got goosebumps now talking about.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big part of my life. Yeah, massively.
No, absolutely. And I think sometimes when you go through tough times, sometimes you don't understand why. We are lost in our thoughts. You just like trying to understand why. Try to blame things, be feeling guilty and everything. But after a while, when you look back, it's like, okay, now I understand why that happened, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Hi Damon, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got this lovely box here full of random fun questions, okay? So what am I going to do now? I'm just going to play a music just for us to get a little bit in the mood before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life, your point of views? Yeah?
Yeah, let's go. I'm intrigued to see where it's going to take us.
Good. I just hope you like the music. Let's start it. Right, Damon, ready for the first question?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. So the first question is, what three things you want to be remembered for?
My honesty, the way I make people laugh, and the way I always help others or put other people first as well, I guess.
Very good. Right, let's go for the second question. Ready, Damon?
Let's go.
Good, let's do it. Right, just before the next question, Damon, just tell me, I was checking out your profile a little bit, and you were saying about, there was a phrase in your profile, say, unlocking true potential. Tell me a little bit about this phrase I saw in your profile.
So unlocking true potential for me takes me back to being maybe 12, 13. I wasn't one of those kids that was really overly confident. I was like really good at sports, so not very good academically, but sports-wise, I was like excellent. But I was more towards like the football side of things. Wasn't really confident and like great with the rugby side of things. And like I would have coaches that I wouldn't really get picked much, so I was always on the bench or wasn't getting played. And then one coach came in one day to kind of take over the team. Didn't really speak to me, and he must have seen something in me what no other coach had, and he started to play me in a position, and it was just unbelievable, like the way he would speak to me. I think he kind of took me under his wing because he kind of knew that my dad wasn't around at the time. So it was that belief that he gave in me brought out my true potential, and I went from not really playing to semi-professional within the space of 2-3 years. And it gave me, like, I would have jumped in front of buses. Like, the confidence that I felt just from that belief that he gave me was just incredible. And it's a big catalyst for what I do now, because it helped me realise that you're going to get people that aren't very good at things in life, but by instilling a bit of belief in them and allowing them to find that true potential within them, people can do extraordinary things, and like sky's the limit for so many people.
It's interesting saying that about some that's you're totally right. Sometimes you need to have someone like kind of, you know, to believe in yourself and say, okay, you know. And I remember when I was playing volleyball for a few years. When I was 12, I started playing volleyball, and I was playing until when I was 18. I was training every single day. It was like my passion in life. I just loved it. And I was traveling a lot as well in my state in Brazil. So we were traveling a lot, like playing, representing the city and representing the school as well. So I was all the time playing. And I remember a teacher of mine, she was my trainer at school. And I remember she was pushing a lot as well. And I remember sometimes she was picking on me, and sometimes like, oh my God, why are you picking on me all the time? She was like, because you got potential, because I can see that you can do better. You know, she was pushing me. And fun enough, since I started doing this project, I've got other projects as well based on this one, and I started out very slowly doing interviews in Portuguese, which is my first language, and I interviewed her already. I interviewed her the other day, and she was like, "Oh my God, really? How amazing!" So it's
incredible.
It's incredible, and I told her as well. I said to her, I'm going to tell you something now that maybe you don't know. And she was like, "What?" I'll tell you something now. I was playing volleyball, like I was so passionate about playing volleyball because of you, because you were pushing me all the time and give me hard time sometimes. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that I was. I said, yes, and I'm so grateful to you, because you literally, without knowing, you just made me work harder and harder. And yeah, it was a passion. But when I was 18, when I finished high school, I realized that it wasn't for me. I was doing like for fun and I loved it, but I didn't feel like going professional, and I think I wasn't tall enough as well. Brazil is very big, but after football, volleyball is very big in Brazil. So yeah, we have a lot of like very good players, and I was like, no, I don't think that would be. I wasn't good enough. Anyway, let's get the second question, Damon. Right, what's the funniest gift have you ever received?
I think it would have to be. There's a program in England. I don't know if you've ever seen Phoenix Nights.
I'm not sure. What's about?
It's a program that's based in Bolton. It's about a group of characters that are based in like a social club, like an old school like pub that was like in England. Okay. And there was one of the shows had like a medium. You know, like the psychics, right? Like a really funny episode with like a psychic, which was brilliant. And for my birthday this year, one of the lads, he got me a birthday message from that guy.
No way.
Yeah, it was Clinton Baptiste, he was called. It was brilliant. And because the guys had sent me the video, and I was like, oh, it's just a video of this medium. So I didn't really look at it. And then when I got home, they were like, have you looked at your video? I was like, oh yeah, I saw that last night. I didn't really look at it. So I watched it and I was like, he just randomly said my name and then started saying all this stuff about how he likes shit country music. He can only eat things, he has to eat chips with everything. Yeah, brilliant. That's by far one of the best gifts. And that, again, was just literally a video.
It's amazing, amazing. Those little things can touch us so much and you'll never forget.
Yeah, I mean, I went to San Francisco and met, so when I went traveling, I met an American guy. I think one of the best presents I got was from one of a good friend's partner, and I'd only known her the 2 days that I'd met her.
Right.
She was beautiful, she was wonderful. And then whilst I was away, she put like she'd gone on his Facebook, took all these pictures and made this like cardboard cutout book from like herself, and put this like memorial book. Like, I was only there for 2 weeks and she'd just gone to all this effort, and I was like, wow, that's just incredible. It's amazing what the small things, like you said, do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's, yeah, I've got as well, sometimes when I go through my old stuff, boxes, all the stuff, sometimes if I find something, we even forget about it. Sometimes when you find it again, it's like, my God, how amazing we still have those little gifts that meant something for us, and you're always gonna be in our mind, you know what I mean, when you remember it. Cool.
That's true, mate. Very true.
Right, Damon, let's get another question for you. Let's do it. Right, Damon, before the next question, tell me what are you most proud of being British?
Most proud about being British? I don't think I am proud to be British, to be honest. I used to love our old culture, the way we used to be back in the old day. I think we've lost a lot of our culture. I think like the Irish, the Italians maintained their culture of like the chivalryness and family and all coming together and stuff. So I guess I still value those things. Actually, I still see them as British. I just think that we've maybe left us a little bit. Absolutely. So I guess like the old gentleman's kind of stuff, spending time with family and all those kind of things. For me, the British kind of values that I like to keep hold of.
Very good, very good. Right, next question is, what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
Somebody that maybe, I guess, stays in their own lane and brings out the best in you. So someone that's not always, someone that's there for you, but that doesn't want to tell you what to do, what they think you should do. Someone that can ask you and get you to know what to do, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Make
you laugh. Just all the good things that like a friend should do, I guess. But absolutely. Yeah, just being there, enjoying each other's company and bringing the best out of each other, always pushing each other forward.
Great. I believe that a true friendship, you don't choose it. It just happens naturally, isn't it? You don't choose.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna be your best friend. I'll choose. No, it just happens naturally. Like it's like a chemic behind there that's happens naturally as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, Damon, let's get another question for you. Let's do it. Damon, before the next question, tell me what's the biggest lesson you learned during your time as a rugby player? What stick your head? Like, okay, I'm so grateful to during that time as a rugby player that's I'm always gonna carry with me something special.
I think when I look back, I think there's two really big things that really stand out for me. The first one is respect. Like respect in rugby is such a big thing. Whether you agree with something or whether you don't agree with something, you just kind of don't really know how to word it really. Yeah, respect. I mean, you respect your peers, you respect your coach, you respect the other team. Whether you win, you lose, you learn, all that kind of stuff. And then the other one is honesty, which is probably one of the biggest things. Being able to be honest with yourself. So if you've had a bad game, Like, what have you learned from it? Was it the referee's fault? Did you really turn up? Was your preparation that good? Have you kind of taken in kind of the game plan of what the coach is asking you to do? Did you give 110%? And these are all these factors that we know as I guess as a player. If you're honest with yourself, and if you turn up half-hearted and you lose and you think, well, no, I had a really good game. Well, did you, or could you have done better? So them two, not so much from the rugby side of things, they've taught me so much in life. When I look back at them now, I think if I'm really honest with myself, could I have done better? Yeah, probably didn't really explain that too well, but
all right.
Honesty and respect anyway, sorry.
Absolutely. It's okay. Next question is, what is something you always want to do but you're scared of?
Quit my job and start my own business fully.
Tell me about it.
So it's one of those things that I'd love to. For as much as I've learned so much and I love working with children in care, my passion is wanting to help other people like on my terms. So giving me fully to other people that I work with. With no other work, just me, and then so I can give all my energy, because I know that once I actually do so, like the sky's the limit. But there's something I hit like a block, like a bit of a road sort of thing. So these last 2 years more so I've been pushing on working around those blocks so that I can make that happen and make that potential.
And I think this scary feeling as well. In a way, it's a kind of a pushing feeling. So I don't know, push you to go. It's more exciting, isn't it? Because if you do something without feeling scared, what's the point, isn't it? It's nice to have this security feeling inside. And yeah, totally agree. Great. Let's get another question. Okay, Damon, let's get another question for you. What's the best and the worst of being yourself?
I'd say the best. It's a tough one, yeah. It's a really tough question. I think the best part of being me is when I'm just me. I love being like I'm a big kid at heart. So right. I love to play. I love to joke around. I love to laugh. Do you know what I mean? And I'd say the worst part of me is struggling to maybe let go of beliefs that hold me back, or being able to remove maybe one or two beliefs that kind of I know hold me back, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does.
Instead of just letting go. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I understand. Sometimes, what's your, I don't know if you believe astrology, but what's your star sign? Just for curiosity.
Scorpio.
I knew it. I'm Scorpio as well. I knew it. You know, I'll tell you something now. I'll tell you something now, Damon. One of the negative side of Scorpio is we can be very jealous, very jealous. But one of the things that I realized through my life that Scorpio, we don't let things go easily. It's like a sadomaso. We like to have this pain. You know, some people, for example, when you finish a relationship, when something goes wrong, some people they just put on the side. Okay, tomorrow is another day, and you're gonna start. The Scorpio people, no, we like to carry this thing on our back. Do you know what I mean? It's something to realize. It's like a pleasure thing, but it's difficult to let go of things in Scorpio. It's so hard. It's not easy.
This year, I would say that was 100%. Because I got really good at like pushing things down and boxing it, and like I don't think about it, but I know it's there, so it doesn't bother me, but it does unconsciously.
It does.
This year this year I broke up my my partner last year in August. I think it was August, yeah. And this time I said, right, okay, no more box. I'm gonna sit with it. I'm not running from it. I'm not carrying it any longer. And this time I'm processing it. I'm gonna practice what I preach. So I did for about maybe 2 months, 3 months, and I sat and I felt every day, and I made sure I sat with that horrible feeling of what has gone on, what all the things that cripple you. And then it got to like 4 months, and then like you know, when the most random things happen in life, and you think, how has that just happened? It's like and I'd get see a text or see something else, and it would just help me just go, close the book, and then I was okay. And just like the most random things would happen, and I think, wow, I've chose to sit with this time, and then something out of the blue, the most random sporadic thing has happened, and it's made me just go, I get it. It's okay.
Yeah. Yourself. I think Scorpio people, we are very happy with ourselves, which is a big characteristic as well. We don't need to be happy like based on other people's, like you don't need companies or anything. We are very secure about that. But when you go in a relationship and you get attached to it, to let it go is the hardest thing ever.
I think because we give everything so much.
Yes.
Compassion, love,
intense.
Everything there, yeah.
Scorpio is very intense. Scorpio people, we are very, very intense. Like for us, like we give everything. It's very intensive. And which day are you? Which day?
15th of November.
I'm 17, just 2 days after. I know exactly. When you said about letting go, I was like, I need to ask him if he's Scorpio, because I feel I just felt straight away. Anyway, let's get another question then.
Let's go.
Yesterday I was watching I was checking my social media, and there was someone post online this motivation little video, and the person, it was exactly about that. He said, let it go things, blah 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 blah, like about let it go and that, and I just wrote downstairs. I said, I just wrote underneath, this message was exactly for me, like literally for me. I literally did that. And he replied, I'm glad that spoke to you. I'm glad that this message spoke to you.
Nice.
Right, next question is, what is your lucky number and why you consider that?
Do you know what? I never really had a lucky number, to be honest with you. And then I kind of dove into like the spiritual side of things.
Okay.
And then when doing so, I don't know if it was linked with Scorpio or the Chinese kind of what's it called, the zodiac or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's number 7, so I kind of go with number 7 now. And either 7 or 11 are the two numbers that I would go for. Oh. Mainly because I think 11 is I get that a lot if I'm going through something like a difficult period. I'll tend to look within and speak to like my guardians as we say, or whatever. So number 11, and it's my brother's birthday as well. So
yeah, number with me is always 3. It's always connected with 3 for some reason. And when I look back, all my like special occasions, travel, like big steps in my life, always was 30. I came to London on the 13th of March. I left Brazil on the 13th of March as well. Cool. Another question for you. Right, Damon, before the next question, tell me a little bit about, you were saying about hypnotherapy.
Like therapy, yeah?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it.
So hypnotherapy, so I literally, when I started my journey like 5 years ago, I'd kind of gone through like course after course, and I wanted to learn more about the body, the mind, and all that kind of things. And I kind of started with like reflexology and Reiki. And at the time, I think about 3 or 4 people recommended The Secret, the book. I don't know if you've read it.
No, I haven't.
No, there's a bloke as part of The Secret called Bob Proctor, and I started watching all of his videos, and he basically talks about the conscious mind and your unconscious mind, or your subconscious, whatever you want to call it. And as I started to watch more and more of his videos, it started to change my entire perception of the way I looked at things, the way I thought. And I was blown away by it, but I wanted to learn more because he kept talking about hypnotherapy. Other people were talking about hypnotherapy, and I just thought, well, since I've started my journey, my kind of rule is that I want to be continuously learning. Every year, regardless of what it is, just continuously learning and developing, and just so I can develop myself. And then I looked into the hypnotherapy kind of thing, and when I looked, there was nowhere in Manchester to find like running hypnotherapy courses.
Wow.
And then if you again, I think no such thing as a coincidence. I walked away from it, left it, and I thought, I'll just leave it. Maybe it's not meant to be. And then a week later, and I had the money sat in the account. So a week later, I had the thought just pop in my head. I was like, I'll just have one last look. Maybe there's something, and maybe I didn't see it.
It's amazing.
And I'm not joking. I Googled it, and at the top of the list, there was a course in Manchester for the exact amount of money that I had in my account. And I was like, you just couldn't write it. I was like, that was not there. It wasn't there like a week or 2 weeks ago. And then from there, I started the course. I did the 12 months of learning the hypnotherapy, which then kind of led me down another path of meeting different people. One lady that I've done so many different techniques with, and I'm still very good friends with now. So it kind of, the hypnotherapy opened the entire door to the therapy stuff that I've learned. And I only wanted to do the hypnotherapy course, not to practice it, but just so that I could understand my own mind on a deeper level. Right. Because I'm a big believer in mental health is a really big thing these days. And a lot of the time we're not very proactive in finding our own solutions when it comes to the mind. When it comes to losing weight and stuff like that, it's easy to go and find a personal trainer and help us, or we'll go on a diet. But if you're really struggling with like something mentally, we have this perception that what lies within us is scary. And don't get me wrong, like I've worked through so much of my own stuff, like it can be like but I started to realise that everything that lies within that's from your past is only an illusion. It's like it's a movie that runs. When you look at it, it triggers all those emotions, but when you can change and work through those memories, those movies, the change in us is incredible.
No, I think our mind is so powerful. I think we have no idea if we realize how powerful our mind is. I think we face the world in a different way. I think we approach life in a different way. That's for sure. Cool. Let's get another question for you, Damon. If someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside, would you open it or not?
Good question. No, I don't think I would. No.
Me neither.
I think I just live every day, because I think if somebody gave you the day, then it means that. Yeah.
I would be paranoid for the rest of my life until that date. I wouldn't live properly.
Yeah. But I would look at the date and I'd go, I don't know. I'm not accepting it.
No, I don't think I would. That's for sure. Damon, I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
Okay, go.
Right, Damon, next question is, what makes you feel discouraged?
I would probably some of the things that, not so much these days, to be honest with you. I think because I've got to a place in life now where I'm very much like, if I want to achieve something, I know everything's within me. So regardless of what anybody else says or does, it's kind of external. And the only thing that I can control is internal. What probably would have discouraged me in the past was probably maybe expecting people close to me to be a certain way and them not being. But that was my issue.
Totally.
Nobody else's. But by them not doing it, that would discourage me. But I put the expectation on something that they didn't even know.
That's true.
So that's probably the only thing I can really think of, and the best way I can explain it.
I understand, and I think we human beings, we tend to expect things from other people and not to get disappointed about this, and it's one of it's a habit. I think we don't know. It's like in our heads we have this way of expecting everything we do, expecting something back or whatever, and totally agree. 2 questions left. Let's do it. But before the next question, if I come up to you and I say, okay, Damon, what should I do to improve my mental health? What would be your advice?
Ooh, good question. Focus on what you can control. Focus on the things that you can control. So like worrying about external things like the news, social media, you'll never be able to control. So I'll never be able to control what you ever say about me, or if you decided to, I don't know, if you was my boss and then you chose me, it was my turn to be made redundant. I couldn't control that. So I would say, instead of asking why have you done that, I'll be asking what can I do now? What do I need to do? So it would be always focus on what you can control and not what you can't. Because it's when you're not in control, it's usually the time when everything just goes spiraling out of control.
Very good one. I like the answer. Okay, next question is, who is the most influential person in your life?
You know what, I think I would have to say my brother. So I think growing up, my brother's 2 years younger than me, so when I think back, I was really good at sports. He was excellent at academics wise. He didn't even need to study. You know what I mean? He's the type of person that can, if he said he was going to do X, Y, or Z, I wouldn't even need for him to show me proof that why he believed he was going to do it. He just has that mindset and that belief in himself that he's going to do it, and I admire that so much about him. The fact that he went over to Australia to start a new life, got a new job as a sales rep, and he's not a sales rep at all. He's works in the lift industry, so he'd gone from being a consultant to selling lifts in Australia, and his target was 9 million in his first year. And he's very driven by progression and making money and stuff like that. And he said to me before he went, my target is 30 million. And no one had ever done that in Sydney, in Australia. No one had ever achieved that in the first 12 months. He hit 50 million in his first 12 months.
My God.
So the way he articulates himself, the way he thinks on the spot like that, he's just incredible. And he's my best friend. So he's and he's 2 years younger than me. We have very different, so he'll look up to me for completely different reasons, for different things, but that, I think, he's just incredible. So that is something that I push towards, and it's incredible.
You're telling me that I got goosebumps everywhere. My goodness.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll tell you something. It's again, our previous conversation, we were talking about this, about your mindset. I think that the words have so much power as well. What we say, oh my God, when you say out to the world or to the universe, yeah. Sometimes you need to. The other day I saw on somewhere say, be careful what you wish for life, because when you know what I mean. Sometimes when it happens, like, my God, I was expecting that, and that's very, very impressive. My goodness, wow, good for him.
Yeah, it's true.
Ready for the last one?
Yeah, let's go. Final one.
Let's do it, Dave. Let's do it. Right, the last one is, what would be the title of your memoir?
Believe that, something around the lines of believe that you can achieve anything in life and just go for it.
Okay, very good enough. Right, it's not the end yet. Okay, Damon, so I'm going to give away some words now. Okay, let's play the quick thinking game. I give away some words and just tell me one word that comes to your mind, okay? Ready?
Yeah, go.
Let's start with money.
It's not very quick. Bentley GT.
Right. How about family?
Love.
How about life?
Living.
Love.
Pursue it.
Okay. Sex.
Enjoy.
Politics.
Bullshit.
How about religion?
Each to their own.
Okay. Fear.
Embrace it.
How about friendship?
treasure it.
Desire?
Relationships?
Okay. Regrets?
No.
Right. Success?
Go for it.
Okay. Wish?
Believe.
Okay. And if I say mental health, one word.
Peace.
And the last one, rugby.
Amazing.
Cool, cool. Okay, then let's play now Damon and the magic box, and you can ask me a question, okay? But before you ask me a question, Damon, let's pretend if I would meet your brother, your best friend right now, and I'm going to ask your brother, tell me the most beautiful thing about Damon and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think your brother will tell me?
He would probably have to say, stop overthinking, and go for it.
Good, good.
Yeah.
You can ask me a question now.
Okay, so the question I wanted to ask you is, with everything that you've done so far, especially with the conversation that we've gone through and the things that you shared about your old coach and having a very similar experience to me, what's the most valuable thing that you've learned in life so far, and why?
Oh, very good question. My God. Actually, what's one of the most valuable thing I've learned during this, during my, my life so far is, in the end of the day, everything is down to you. Everything is down to you. I think, of course, you cannot get anywhere alone. People are going to cross your life for reasons. People are going to come and go. People are going to leave memories. People are going to leave lessons. They're going to cross your life. But in the end of the day, you are the one who is guide your life. You are the one who is, make things happen and, improve your life. And it's down to you. You're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, you're going to be very excited, but things going to happen in your life. You're going to need people for a lot of reasons, but in the end of the day, it's down to you. That's what I've learned so far in my life. And why, I think, as I told you before, I left Brazil when I was 19 years old on my own. My God, when I look back, I said, my God, it's amazing. I want to write a book one day. It's like a beautiful journey, But it's why that because of that, because living like my country is so young, full of dreams, full of when you are 19, you have this dreams in your life, just on achieve, you think you are unstoppable. And sometimes when I look back, I said, my God, sometimes I miss these guys that I had at the time. What I mean? Sometimes I was like, God, that was so, you're unstoppable, isn't it? You just think, my God, I can do it. I'm not gonna do it. And when I look back, I said, my God, so I was only 19. My God. But anyway, so yes, I think because I left Brazil so young and everything, since I've been, I didn't have a plan B. I just had plan A. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I realized that it's down to us. Whatever you do in your life, whatever you're gonna take risks, it's down to you to resolve and everything. Because that's the reason why I learned this lesson. Very good question. Thanks for making me go through my memories in life. Very good question. I love it.
Do you know, it's what you say there should be the catalyst for everyone in life. I think everything is down to you, and that's what I was kind of where I was going with the mental health kind of thing. It's too easy when you're in that comfort zone to wait for somebody else to do something for you, or is that going to happen, or is that going to happen, instead of well ultimately if I rely on other people and wait to see if other people will do such a thing, or maybe I'll do it back in another 2 years, 1 year, it's too easy to continue in that rut, when ultimately if you want to change, no one is ever going to change you. You have to change yourself. And ultimately, we know what we want. No one else knows what we want. It's irrelevant whether it's therapists or whether it's personal trainers. We have the potential to unlock so much within ourselves. And as soon as you start asking the right questions, and as soon as you want to move forward because you want to do it for you, the sky's the limit. And that's whether it's mental health, and I've witnessed that from traveling, from changing jobs, from therapy on myself as well, because you kind of get stuck in that rut. But as soon as I made that clear intention of, this is what I want, I don't know how to get there. There's only me that knows what I need. So how do I do it? And as soon as I changed from sitting in it to that, I just went. And the difference it's made in my life from a mental health point of view, as well as the lessons I've learned from traveling and meeting new people, speaking to new people like yourself, it's it's incredible. So thank you for sharing that.
Damon, did you have a good time?
Mate, it's been brilliant. I really appreciate you inviting me on to do it. I think it's incredible what you're doing.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. But before you go, if you don't mind, share a positive quote, a positive message, something that inspires you in life.
Yeah, so one I really love is, if you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. That's by Buddha.
Very
That's
good.
It's something that really resonates with me, because whenever I've let go of something, you fly. You do. You do.
Even though you are a Scorpio and you carry on, but you just let go one more. You just go, just leave it.
Yeah, that's it. When you learn to let go, then you go. It's
not easy, but it's learning. It was a pleasure. I'll keep in touch, okay? All the best.
Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate it. See you later, buddy.
Bye, then. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.